His divine taste by Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON Pratishtha Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Dayananda Kota Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadha Shiva Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhana ki Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai Shri Mayapur Dham ki Jai Gangamai ki Jai Shambhundramai ki Jai Bhakti Jai ki Jai Tulasi Maharani ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Jai Nitai Gaur Premanandi Shamaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, 10th chapter, the pastimes of Lord Rāmacandra. Text 13 and 14. 14 is on the board?
Yes.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Tvam ayam jada iyo nuvidam umam utastam adipurusham jagatam adisham yat satpata suryagana Rajasa, Prajesha, Manyosh, Bhuta, Pataya, Avan, Gunesha, Natvam Bayam Jadatiyo Nuvidam Bhumam.
Natvam Bayam Jadatiyo Nuvidam Bhumam.
Utastamadi Purusham Jagatam Madisham.
Utastamadi Purusham Jagatam Samadisham
Yatsatvatha Suragame Dachasya Praje
Yatsatvatha Suragana Rajasa Prajesha
Manyosha Bhuta Paya Sabhavam Gunesha
Manyosha Bhuta Paya Sabhavam Gunesha
Natvam Bhayam Jatadiyo Vidama Bhumam
Natvam Bhayam Jatadiyo Vidama Bhumam
Utastamadi Purusham Jagatam Madisham
Utastamadi Purusham Jagatam Madisham
Yatsatvatha Guragana Rajasa Prajesha
Yatsatvatha Suragana Rajasa Prajesha
Manyosha Bhuta Pataya Sabhavam Gunesha
Manyosha Bhuta Pataya Sabhavam Gunesha
Natvam Bhayam Jatadiyo Vidama Bhumam
Natvam Bhayam Jatadiyo Vidama Bhumam
Utastamadi Purusham Jagatam Madisham
Utastamadi Purusham Jagatam Madisham
Yatsatvatha Suryagana Rajasa Prajesha
Yatsatvatha Suragana Rajasa Prajesha
Manyosha Bhuta Pataya Sabhavam Gunesha
Manyosha Bhuta Pataya Sabhavam Gunesha
Natvam Vayam Jadadiya Nuvidama Bhuman
Natvam Vayam Jagadiyo Vidama Bhumam
Utastamadi Purusham Jagatamadhisham
Utastamadi Purusham Jagatamadhisham
Yatsatvatha Suragana Rajasa Prajesha
Yatsatvatha Suragana Rajasa Prajesha
Manyoscha Bhuta Pataya Sabhavan Gunesha
Manyosha Bhuta Pataya Sabhavan Gunesha
Natvam Vayam Jadadiyo Navidama Bhuman
Natvam Vayam Jagadiyo Vidama Bhumam
Utastamadi Purusham Jagatamadhisham
Utastamadi Purusham Jagatamadhisham
Yatsatvatha Suragana Rajasa Prajesha
Yatsatvatha Suragana Rajasa Prajesha Manyosha Bhuta Pataya Sabhavan Gunesha
Natvam Vayam Jadadiyo Vidama Bhumam
Natvam Vayam Jagadiyo Vidama Bhumam
Utastamadi Purusham Jagatam Madisham
Utastamadi Purusham Jagatamadhisham
Yatsatvatha Suragana Rajasa Prajesha
Yatsatvatha Suragana Rajasa Prajesha
Manyosha Bhuta Pataya Sabhavan Gunesha
Manyosha Bhuta Pataya Sabhavan Gunesha
Mataji.
Natvam Vayam Jagadiyo Vidama Bhumam Utastamadi Purusham Jagatamadhisham Yatsatvatha Suragana Rajasa Prajesha Manyosha Bhuta Pataya Sabhavan Gunesha Natvam Vayam Jagadiyo Vidama Bhumam Utastamadi Purusham Yasarvata suragana rajasa pradesha Manyosya bhuta pataya sabhavan gunesha
Natmam payam yadathiyo nupitamahoma
Natvam vayam tadaviyonam jitamahoma
Bhutasamadi purusham jagatamадisham
Bhutastamadi purusham jagatamadisham
Yat satpata suragana rajasa prajesha
Yasarvata suragana rajasa pradesha
Manyosya bhuta pataya sabhavan gunesha
Manyosya bhuta pataya sabhavan gunesha
Not one, your lordship, Vayam, we, Jagadiya, dull-minded, possessing blunt intelligence. No, indeed. Vidama, can know, Umam, O Supreme, Utashtam, within the core of the heart, Adi Purusham, the original personality of Godhead, Jagatam, of the universes, which progressively go on, Adisha, the Supreme Master, Yat, fixed under your direction, Shatpata, infatuated with Sattva-guna, Shuragana, such demigods, Rajasa, infatuated with Rajoguna, Prajaisha, the Prajāpatis, Manyo, influenced by Tamoguna, Cha, and Bhutapataya, rulers of the coast, Sa, such a personality, Bhavan, your lordship, Guna Isha, the master of the three modes of material nature. I read the 13th text and the translation. Yadro savi brahma viti kataka shapatra shambrahanti nakara makaro inya shagosha shindu sirashi hadanam prati kriya rupi pararavindamo upakamyava ashagita. Translation. After reaching the beach, Lord Rāmacandra fasted for 3 days, awaiting the arrival of the ocean personified. When the ocean did not come, the Lord exhibited his pastimes of anger, and simply by his glancing over the ocean, all the living entities within it, including the crocodiles and the sharks, were agitated by fear. Then the personified ocean fearfully approached Lord Rāmacandra, taking all paraphernalia to worship him, falling at the Lord's lotus feet. The personified ocean spoke as follows. 14. O all-pervading Supreme Person, we are dull-minded and did not understand who you are, but now we understand that you are the Supreme Person, the Master of the entire universe, the unchanging and original personality of Godhead. The demigods are infatuated with the modes of goodness, the Prajāpatis with the modes of passion, the ghosts, the Lord of the ghosts with the mode of ignorance. But you are the Master of all these qualities. Please repeat. O all-pervading Supreme Person,
O all-pervading Supreme Person,
we are dull-minded
we are dull-minded
and did not understand who you are.
and do not understand who you are.
But now we understand
But now we understand
that you are the Supreme Person,
that you are the Supreme Person,
the Master of the entire universe,
Master of the entire universe,
the unchanging and original
the unchanging and original
Personality of Godhead.
Personality of Godhead.
The demigods are infatuated
The demigods are infatuated
with modes of goodness,
with the mode of goodness,
Prajāpatis with the mode of passion,
the Prajāpatis with the mode of passion,
and the Lord of the ghosts
and the Lord of the hosts
with the mode of ignorance.
with the mode of ignorance.
But you are the master of all these qualities.
But you are the master of all these qualities.
Purple. By his divine grace, by Jananivasa, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The word Jadadiya refers to intelligence like that of an animal. A person with such intelligence cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Without being beaten, an animal cannot understand the purpose of a man. Similarly, those who are dull-minded cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when punished severely by the modes of material nature, they begin to understand him. A Hindi poet has said, Dukha se shaba hari baji, sukha se baji koi. Sukha shiagar hari baji, dukha katang se hai. When one is distressed, he goes to the church or temple to worship the Lord. But when opulent, he forgets the Lord. Therefore, punishment by the Lord through the material nature is necessary in human society. For without it, men forget the supremacy of the Lord due to their dull, blunt intelligence. Om Ajnati Mirandasya Sananjanan Shalaki Yatakshuram Nishandina Tasmai. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivastava Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare. Yeah, because everybody is so dull and unintelligent, then the Lord is arranging his energies, Maya potency, Durga Devi. She is coming to punish everyone continuously. The three sources of misery, adibhotic, misery coming from someone else, your enemies, adhyatmic, miseries to yourself, your own mind, mental problems. Miseries coming from the devas, adidevi. So these are constantly, this is like Durga Devi, she has that tree show. Spear, what do you call it? Trident. So she is constantly jabbing everyone with 1 or 2 or 3 spikes at a time. At any given moment, actually, on your body or in your mind, you will be suffering one or 2 or 3 of these miseries. Adhyatmic, you're sitting quite comfortably here, but after 20 minutes, you have to start shifting. You can't really stay comfortable for long. And now we've got this cold spell coming. So adidevi, we can't stop it from the demigods. But the purpose is not punishment. It's like a prison. This is called Durga, means actually prison house. But it's not a prison, the purpose is not punishment actually, but it's rectification. The idea is that you go to prison not because people are mean, they want you to suffer, but to correct your mentality, to correct your consciousness. So this is called the prison house of God, who is the Lord's agent for punishing all people in this material universe. So, pointing out here, if there's no punishment, then nobody will wake up. They'll remain dull. So, the constant struggle for existence. For devotees also, they have to constantly struggle. That's the way the universe is established. It's a hard struggle for existence. Everyone possessing a human, professing to be a human, is more or less consciously or unconsciously, he's struggling for existence. I stand up, and it's a struggle. I don't realize it when I'm young and healthy, but now, when you get old, it's a struggle just to stand up. Everything is effort, some energy, some effort is there. It becomes a struggle, it becomes much more apparent as we get older and older and older, until you're actually incapacitated, you can't even stand up. So we have to do something about this this suffering. We have to make a decision. This is the supreme decision. Srila Bhakti Prabhupada said, this is the supreme decision that every human should make. And what am I going to do about this business of accepting and rejecting? I like it, I don't like it. Attraction and repulsion. That's what's going on in this material world. I like something or I don't like it. If I like it, I'll entertain it. If I don't like it, I'll dismiss it. So, but that's all that's going on. So he said, you've got a human form of life. You're going to do the same thing again the rest of this life, and make your next 10 billion births. That's all you've done since time immemorial, since time of existing in this material world and previous universes. That's all we've been doing here. I like it, I don't like it. I like it, I'll entertain it. I don't like it, I'll reject it. So he said, one has to make this a decision. This is the decision of a human being. What am I going to do about this acceptance and rejection business? So the devotee voluntary, he takes on different hardships. He has to. It's not that Krishna consciousness, it's blissful. Krishna consciousness is blissful, but it doesn't mean you're immune from any pains of the material, miseries of the material world. But while we've got a body, it means there must be suffering. Must be. The Prabhu's in Bombay, one person from Sri Sampradaya, he came and he said, when Prabhupada was sick, he said, you know why you are suffering, Swamiji? Because you've taken on too many unqualified disciples. According to the scripture, one shouldn't take too many unqualified disciples. So this is, Swamiji, this is why you are suffering. And Prabhupada said, I came here to suffer. The material world is that place of suffering. But the idea is to rectification. The ideal of the prisoners in the jail is rectification. So here we have rectification. Our rectification is yes, Shravnam Kirtanam Smaranam. Simply hearing about the pastimes of Lord Rāmacandra following the orders of the great saintly persons, Mahajanas, putting into practice what they were teaching us. We're struggling, but at least we're doing it for Krishna's pleasure. We're struggling that we can go back home, back to Godhead. We're not going to come back again and take birth in the material world. So, therefore the Lord comes and performs his different pastimes. He gets angry, he becomes angry. How the Supreme Personality of Godhead can become angry? Why does he become angry? So this is Krishna. He plays like an ordinary person, but when necessary, then he displays his full opulences. So this form, Lord Rāmacandra, is a very dear form of Krishna in the anyway, Jiva Goswami Shandava, he mentions that these three forms Krishna likes very much. Krishna, Ram and Nrsimhadev. They're very favorite forms of the Lord. He likes them. And because Nrsimhadev is there, he's extreme, ferocious form of the Lord, so he can exhibit this ferociousness to its extreme. But Ram and Krishna, they are playing like ordinary human beings, especially Rāmacandra. So he's playing the part of an ideal person, an ideal king. If you want to follow an ideal person, Prabhupada said you follow Lord Rāmacandra. Don't follow Lord Chaitanya or Krishna. Because if you want family life and happiness, and Mahaprabhu, he's just absorbed in chanting and dancing with the devotees. You don't give any time for family, society and love. And Lord Rāmacandra is too ferocious to approach. But Lord Rāmacandra, he's playing like an ideal person. So that's why it's very difficult to understand these forms of Godhead, Rāmacandra and Krishna, because he's playing just like an ordinary person. But when necessary, then, oh, okay, here is my Godhead, you want to see. Performing miracles here. So this is the Lord comes and performs his pastimes. Because the devotees, they're suffering in separation from Krishna. They want to see Krishna, they want to be with Krishna. So the Krishna comes for this reason. Main reason Krishna comes is for this reason, to give satisfaction to his devotees and to attract new devotees. And so then he appears with all of his associates, and he's performing these very uncommon pastimes. Today is also the disappearance day of Mahesh Pandit and Udarata Thakur. So these are also associates of the Lord. The Lord appeared here in Mayapur 532 years ago. And he performed the pastime Kirtan parts, but he got all his associates with him. They're all Nityasiddha, eternal associates of the Lord. They're following him, now assisting him in his pastimes. So when the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, this Bhakta Avatara, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is playing as the Supreme Bhakta in perfection. And he's thinking and identifying himself as a devotee of the Lord. And all the devotees also take on the same role of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They want to become devotees or servants, or the servants of the servants. So Udarata Datta and Mahesh Pandit, in Braja Leela, they are cowboys. cowboys, Subhahu and Mahabahu. Krishna has many friends. These are two of his friends. Part of the Dwadasha Gopalas, or 12 intimate cowboy friends of Krishna. They descended with Lord Chaitanya and helping him in his pastimes. So these are two of those Gopalas, they're cowboys in Vrindavan. They come to join Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. So then, now when the Lord's coming and performing his part, now we have something to talk about, now we have something to glorify, something to hear about, something to read about. So this is the greatness of Krishna coming to this world and giving us so many instructions. We can become completely Krishna consciousness simply by remembering these pastimes and activities of the Lord, why he descends here. And these 12 Gopal friends of Krishna, intimate friends. There were many more, but these are very intimate, 12. Always come as servants of Nityananda Prabhu because he is a cheap cowboy, small. They came to assist him, and they all have their dwelling places around here. It's so glorious that we can come to Sri Mayapur. But actually anywhere, Gaur-mandala Bhumi, they say you shouldn't measure the dance, but they give a measurement as being 32 miles in circumference. But beyond that there is the Gaur-mandala Bhumi, which goes like about 100 miles, it spreads out. And all of the Lord's associates, generally they take birth in his close by. So this whole area, Gaur-mandala Bhumi, from here like to Calcutta, there's so many great devotees, Udarandata and Meshpant, they live there also. And even Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he lived here, near Kandahar. And Abhiram Thakur. So there's these great personalities, they purify even the places of pilgrimage. But so many of these personalities there. So we're so fortunate there. Prabhupada made this place the Karmashtan, the workplace, doing the work of Lord Chaitanya. He said, here is the Jananivasa, the birthplace of Mahaprabhu. And he said, this is where we are, this is the Karmashtan. Karma means the workplace. He said, of the two, which is better? And someone said, the Karmashtan. Prabhupada said, yes. That is the birthplace, this is the workplace. We are doing the work of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are establishing his mission. So the Lord comes like this, performs his pastime. Now we have something to think about, something to talk about, something. This is just out of his causes mercy. So not so much about Mahesh Pandit, and Udarandata, but one very famous instance was when Udarandata, he said he wants to accept all the karmas of the suffering living entities. Let me bear everything, Udarandata. Huh? Oh, Vasudeva, sorry. Anyway, another pastime of another devotee of the Lord who has different pastimes, Vasudeva. Prabhupada actually went to the house. He was invited there when he come back to India with his American disciples. He was invited to that temple by the Mahantas of Udarandata's temple there. And Prabhupada was some relationship there because the Shravana Malik caste they're gold merchants, diamond merchants. So Udaranadatta, he was born into this Suvarnamalik family. Gold merchants is like the last thing the devotee would really want to do. Kali is there where they store gold, and that's the realm of Kali. But they took their births in these families. We should never consider that they are born as a Suvarnamalik caste. No, they're all transcendental personalities. And yeah, so generally people who work with gold, they become very materialistic. Gold means I can control. So generally one becomes very materialistic with gold, but we shouldn't see these personalities. They may take their birth as gold merchants, but they're parts of the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's street, and they were there doing their service, but they were liberating millions of living entities by their presence. So many atheists they were delivering. Gadadhar Das also lives in that area. He delivered the Qazis. So like this, they would deliver so many atheists. He went to Gadadhar Das, he went to the Qazis. He walked right into his house, into his room. Qazi! Qazi! Qazi, who's that calling me by name? Furious. Then he went out, he was really angry. Gadadhar Pandit, Qazi! And then he saw a beautiful Vaishnava with tilaks and chandan, kuntulan and jafran. Suddenly all of his anger, he was stopped just by the side of the Vaishnava. What do you want? Became pacified immediately. What do you want? I want you to chant Krishna's name. Oh, tomorrow I will chant Krishna's name. Haribo, Haribo. He said, tomorrow you're going to chant Krishna's name. You said Krishna's name. You already chanted Krishna's name today. Haribo, Haribo, delivery. So this way. These eternal associates of the Lord, deliverer of all the Yavanas and the Gnostics and the atheist things. So, I think it's from Srimad Bhagavatam. Anyways, Lord Rāmacandra appeared to teach Dharma by showing his nature, by following Dharma. So he sets example. So Rāmacandra is ideal example. Krishna is not such a good example for some of his activities. So he was following Dharma to show how to follow Dharma, and he was, and also to teach prema by showing how he became controlled by prema or love. Otherwise, how would the Supreme Enjoyer experience suffering in separation? A follower of Dharma would never ignore his chaste wife and would tolerate the sufferings because of her. To teach Dharma, he showed suffering in himself. How could Lord Rāmacandra lament in separation from his wife? He is Atmarama, he is self-satisfied. These symptoms, which have the appearance of suffering, arise from the taste of vipralamba, rasa, for that love in separation, and this rasa is the highest bliss. Sita is a part of Lord Rāmacandра's Swarup Shakti. So why should he experience separation? Krishna says, by the power of prema, the one truth remains divided into two parts. One is the Lord, and the second is the devotee. Then again, by prema, the devotee is divided into four, as servants, friends, elderly people and lovers. When the jivas of this material world begin practicing bhakti, and the bhakti becomes mature, prem places the jivas into these different moods as a servant, parent, friend or lover. Then prem brings them to the eternal world. Then by prem, different types of bhavas become manifested. Then prem makes the Lord and his devotees experience their natures as the shelter and the sheltered, by meeting and separation occurring by the will of prema. Devotees experience extraordinary sweetness of prema. So Rāmacandра's pastimes were enacted on this platform of prema. So he's Krishna singing. It has to be on the platform of prema, otherwise how can we can see Lord Rāmacandra lamenting? He's actually crying like a attached man. Prabhu said in the last Bible, you look like an attached person, attached to a woman. Why he's crying? So no, he's feeling separation. So that separation is the transcendental feeling when it's in relation to Krishna and Krishna's devotee. So Lord Rāmacandra is experiencing these different tastes of prema through Vatsala ras, Shakti ras, conjugal ras. So this is the Lord's business, his pleasure. So this can't be ordinary material suffering that Lord Rāmacandra is showing here. So Vishwanath was saying everything was being an activity of being moved by prema. All of these activities were being moved by prema, because bhakti has its own mind, own way of doing things. So bhakti takes over, and then they're able to experience all these emotions in these different types of relationship. Krishna's business is pleasure, Rāmacandра's business is pleasure. So then, therefore, they're able to experience union and separation, love in separation and love in union, which is why the Lord comes to experiences. Murari Gupta, he lives here, just up by the Chaitanya Mat, in between the Chaitanya Mat and the Jog Pit. Murari Gupta Sripati is there. And he was very deep devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in his previous life he was Hanuman, or he's currently Hanuman, I don't know. Anyway, he was Hanuman. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would tease, he liked to tease him. He was a little bit older than Mahaprabhu. But anyway, Lord Chaitanya would like to tease him because they had a very sweet relationship. Actually, he was from Shillong, in now Bangladesh. In that part of Bangladesh, there was an accent where they're from. Shillong, they say Shillong. They draw it out, Shillong. So Mahaprabhu used to walk, when Murari was walking just back from the Ganga from his teaching, Mahaprabhu walked behind him, and a young boy, Shillong. Hey, you're so naughty, why are you being acting like this? You're a very respectable Brahmin family, Jagannath Mishra, but you stop being. He liked to tease him. So he told him, you should worship Radha and Krishna, Murari. We're all worshipping, all the devotees, we're all worshipping Radha and Krishna. Chanting Hare Krishna, worshipping Hare Krishna. You should also... And Murari Gupta was very, very completely confused actually. And he said that, what can I do? I cannot follow your order and I cannot break your order. I've sold my head to Lord Rāmacandra. So how can I can't follow your instructions to worship Radha and Krishna because I only think of Rama. So I can't break, and sometimes I can't break your order. So you please let me give up my life now. So, and then Mahaprabhu said, very famous statement, blessed is that servant who never gives up his master. You worship our whole life. You worship. There's another famous statement that Lord Rāmacandra says, if anybody says, from this day on, Lord Rāmacandra, I am yours, I promise I will always protect that person, because that is my natural inclination. So you can take shelter around you, protect you from this day on. And when Mahaprabhu was performing his Mahaprakashya, he called Murari. Murari, look! He looked. He saw Mahaprabhu. He became Rāmacandra. His worship of the Lord there. Mahaprabhu was sitting on the throne with a very graceful bow, green color. He was Ram. He manifested his Ram Krishna. Same person. Beautiful green color, fresh green grass. And Lakshman was by his side, Sita, and all the entourage. Right? Then Mahaprabhu called, hey monkey! Hey monkey! They seem to have forgotten, but Rāmacandra, he burnt your face. And you became so angry that you burned this whole kingdom and you destroyed the whole dynasty of Ravana. You can remember all these things. You're the same, I'm the same Rama, and you're the same Hanuman. Then he asked him that, Murari, you asked one boon. And he said, I don't want anything. Murari, take some boon. Another famous statement. He said, my Lord, you may even give me liberation. The goal of the Gyan is freedom from your war. But if in any way that liberation interferes with my service, I don't want it. I reject it. Dr. Hanuman Ki. Very famous statement. But you just grant me the boon that I can always remember you wherever I am. Let me always serve you wherever I am. Let me always be in association of the devotees. Let me always serve you together. This is the only thing I'm asking. Please give me this boon, the ideal. The ideal prayer. I want to live in association with your devotees and always remain your insignificant servant. Please give me this boon, Lord Rama. You got the boon. This is from the Navadidam Mahamaya. Rāmacandra came here when he was in exile. stayed for some time. What was the river? The other side of the Ganga. He stayed here for some time in a cottage with Sita and Lakshmana. So Nityananda Prabhu was taking Jiva Goswami on the Prikram. They arrived near Mamgachi village. And Nityananda Prabhu explaining to Jiva that here in Madhurmadvipa is Ayodhya. In a previous kalpa, when Ram was banished to the forest, he came to this place with Lakshman and Janaki. He built a hut under a big banyan tree here and lived happily here for some time. Seeing the effulgence of Navadvip, the son of Raghu began to slightly smile. How attractive was that form, green as new grass, with lotus eyes and a graceful bow in his hand, wearing the dress of a brahmachari and his head piled with matted locks. He stole the minds of all the living entities. Seeing Ram smiling, Sita, the daughter of Janaki, asked him this question. Sita asked him the reason why he was smiling. Listen, Sita. Here is one secret story. When the glorious age of Kali events, the glorious age of Kali. You know why it's glorious? Because Mahaprabhu is it. Even Vyasa Devis, when will that Kali Yuga come? When will that Kali Yuga? Master, what are you saying? When will Kali Yuga come? Nobody wants Kali Yuga. No. This Kali Yuga is coming, Mahaprabhu is coming. He's giving prem freely. I cannot wait for this coming. Yeah, when the glorious age of Kali events, I will display a yellow complexioned form here in that diya. I will take my birth in the womb of Sachi and Jagannath Mistra's house. I will give all fortune. I will give all the fortunate souls who see my childhood pastimes the supreme gift of prema. At that time I will enjoy my beloved educational pastimes and reveal the glories of the holy name. I will then take sannyas and go to Puri, and my own mother will weep with my wife in her arms. Hearing this, Sita said, "O lotus-eyed one, why will you make your mother cry? Why will you give up your wife and take sannyas? What happiness is there in giving sorrow to your wife?" Sri Ram replied, "O dear one, you know everything, but you are acting ignorance just to teach the living entities. Listen, Sita, my devotees relish prema bhakti in two ways. In union with me, they enjoy Shambhoga, and in separation from me, they enjoy Vipralambha. My eternal associates desire Sambhoga, but I mercifully give them Vipralambha. The devotees know that distress due to separation from me is actually the topmost bliss. After separation, when union occurs, they feel happiness so much greater than before, 1,000,000 times multiplied. That is the explanation of how there can be happiness in separation. You should accept this mood, which is described in the 4 Vedas. She who is known as Aditi in the Vedas is now Mother Kaushalya, and she will become Mother Sachi in Gauranga's pastimes. And you, Sita, will serve me here as Vishnu Priya. In separation, you will worship my deity and spread my glories. Separated from you, I will worship a golden Sita deity in Ayodhya. But this topic is very confidential. Do not reveal this to people now. This Navadvip is my dear place. Ayodhya is not equal to it. When Kali Yuga comes, this huge banyan tree, Ramvata, will disappear from vision. and stay here in an unmanifested form. In this way, Ram passed his time here with Lakshman and Sita. Then later he went to Dandakaranya to complete his activities. See here the place where his hut stood. By the desire of Lord Rama's friend, Guhaka, he took birth here in a Brahmana's family. His name was Shadananda Vipra, Bhattacharya. He knew nothing but the 3 worlds except Rāmacandra. He was present at Jagannath Mishra's house when Gauranga was born. At that time the demigods came to see the child, and exalted Shadananda realized by the demigod's presence that his Lord had taken birth, and in great delight he returned home while meditating on his quest for Lord Rāmacandra. And there he saw Lord Gauranga seated on the throne, surrounded by the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, who were waving chamaras. Then Sananda saw Ramacandra, green as grass. On Ramachandra's right was Lakshman, the abode of Ananda. On his left was Sita, and in front was Hanuman. Seeing this, the Vipra understood the truth about the Lord. The Vipra went to Mayapur in great ecstasy, and unseen by anyone, he feasted his eyes in the form of Gauranga. Blessed am I, blessed indeed. Ramacandra is present before me as Lord Gaurachandra. Later, when the Sankirtan movement started, Sadananda took part by dancing and chanting the names of Gaura, 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 Gaura. So Lord Ramacandra is not different than Gauranga, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in the Navadip Bhavataranga, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he's making the prikram and it's being revealed to him, the personalities in the Dharma revealing the Dharma. So he comes to this place Mandirabana. When I wander around, observing the splendor of the forest, and suddenly see the cottage of Lord Ramacandra, then I will see Ram himself, whose body is the color of durba grass, who is dressed like a brahmachari. He is sitting with Lakshman and Sita. Seeing Ramachandra's enchanting form, I will fall unconscious in the forest. I will be overwhelmed with love and unable to speak as I drink the beauty of his form with my 2 eyes. Lakshmana will mercifully come forward slowly and give me some fruit and place his feet on my head. My dear son, eat this fruit. Living in the forest, this is all we have to offer to our guests. As he says this, the vision will disappear and I will weep as I begin to eat the fruit. In my heart I am thinking that inconceivable form. When will I ever see that greenish form of Ram again? Ramacandra ki jai. Ramalila ki jai. Even in Navadip Dham, Lord Ramacandra is here eternally serving in Bhadravan. All the forms here they come to assist the Lord in his pastime. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all the different, everyone, the devatas and different incarnations of the Lord, they all descend and assist in the pastime of the Lord. So here Mahaprabhu is descended. His pastime is Sankirtan, so all the different devatas and devotees and all the different incarnations of the Lord also come to Navadvip, take forms in Navadvip, or retain their original forms as their incarnations of Godhead. And they pick up on the mood of the predominating deity of Mayapur, of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his mission. So they're all pick up on in the mood of devotees. And assist in the Lord in his pastimes. Yeah, so like this anyway, we're not bereft of anything to be done. The Lord is here, his pastimes are here, it's only going on. Bhaktivinoda Thakur personally had these pastimes revealed to him. None was revealing to Jiva Goswami. This is the glory of Navadvip, when we become actually purified from all iniquities. We'll be able to see the splendor of the Dharma and pastimes. Then Sri Rāmacandra ki jai, Patamahan ki jai, Pad ki jai, Shambheta Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Jai Gaur Premanandi ki jai.
কথা বলছে ইচ্ছা করে কথা শোনা তো এমনি তো সঙ্গে ব্যস্ত আছে আমিও অফিসে এই ক্লাসে ছিল ক্লাস করছি আছে রুমেই আছে ক্লাসের ক্যামেরা তুই কালকে ঢুকছিস তো কালকে ঢুকছিস